just joining me, Quest for Gear, just starting to work on my 4th album, having finally released the 3rd album, finally, took me frickin' way too many years, because of all the gear, flipping back and forth. Today I'm talking to you on a, well, let's just see if I can get a shot of this thing. FiFine K688. It's like a beginner's podcaster mic, but it's good quality though. Sounds almost like a Shure SM7B, honestly. I mean, a Shure SM7B is $500. This thing costs like $120, and it sounds, no one's going to know that it's not a Shure SM7B. Anyway, we're in Reaper. We're working on my 4th album. We're taking some recycled tracks from about, I don't know. This is a song from about 8 years ago, and I'm just kind of recycling it. Going to make it work for the new album. Let's just play it again really quick without the vocal. It's not mixed at all. Try to put the camera over the desk so you can see what's going on. You can hear my daughter in the background on the track when she's quite young. All right, hopefully that's a better picture. It's a short song, and we're just going to go through some of these tracks in a second here, if I can get this camera view to make any kind of sense. Let's see. It's the audio interface hooked up to the Reaper right now. Reaper right now is the Apollo Twin X, but you're listening to me through the Focus Scarlett 2i2. That's how I'm pumping all this audio, including my FiFine mic, into my phone. All right, let's see what we got going on here on this track. If I can stop screwing with the mic. Let's see. Track 1 is this kick. Probably my Catalina Club Gretsch kit. Let's just hear the kick by itself once we get going here. Oh, I just realized you won't hear my mic, my talkback mic, because if I hit solo. So anyway, what we got on there? We got the Reaper's comp. Sometimes the Reaper stock plugins are all you need. I don't know why I use that particular compressor on the kick, but let's just hear the kick in the mix. Here's the snare, or what's this, drums. Check. Okay. We've got the Universal Audio LA2A on that. Not, a compressor you would typically use on drums. I don't know why I did that, but I think it sounds good. Here, I'll power it off and on as I play. Check it out. So you can tell it's, it's doing stuff. It's compressing it. It's bringing the volume up. Let's do that again really quick. I think it sounds better with it, personally. Just going to hit save really quick. I'm constantly hitting that save button in Reaper. Next, we get this little flute thing. It's probably my daughter playing that. Let's check that out. Yeah, it's my daughter playing a little flute in the background. You can barely hear it. Next up, we got the shaker. Next up, we got the bass guitar. I don't know where it's at. Let's try that again. Come on, bass, where are you? It's got the LA2A on it as well, which makes more sense to me than putting the LA2A on the drums. I really smashed it flat, huh? Not a great bass recording in any sense. Maybe I'll redo that. Next, we got the ukulele. We play ukulele on this.
I feel like we're gonna be a tar.
Yeah, it's somebody playing the ukulele. Next, we got the harmonica. We throw the kitchen sink at this recording. Next, we got guitar. Some rhythm guitar. It's got some Pultec on it. Next, we've got cowbell. So faint. You can barely hear it. Let's put it up for a minute. And we got bells. Geez, we did throw the kitchen sink at this song. And we got piano left and right. I have no idea what piano this would have been back then. It would have been my Corgus V1. I didn't keep any notes, unfortunately, so I don't know what some of this gear is. You know, I'd like to know what piano I used. No idea. Can't tell. Bring it up a little bit. We got strings left and right. Weird. Doesn't sound like strings to me. Very weird. We've got something called Emma PL. It must be Emma playing the piano. Then we got Emma PR. Oh, it's Emma piano left and Emma piano right. Then we got the reverb. Ooh. Drums are smashed flat and put through the reverb. Yeah, so I'm recycling an old song. This is me beginning my work on my 4th album. And I'm going to do that by, picking out what I've got of old songs from the past. Geez, I probably got 100 of them lying around. And then I got a bunch of new songs. So getting to 15 songs isn't going to be a problem on this one. I don't know why it was such a problem in the 3rd album. Because I screwed around with gear so much. That's why. I bought a Zoom and sold a Zoom. And bought a Tascam and sold a Tascam. Bought a Tascam and sold a Tascam. Bought a Zoom and sold a Zoom. That's why. I screwed around with gear for 10 years instead of making music. And so I'm really going to try not to do that. I'm going to try to pump out an album in about 3 months here. I think I can do it. It's May, June, July, August. I do have 2 other projects I'm working on with other bands, though. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can get away with. This song's looks like it's gonna be about 1 minute long, which is about all Spotify will tolerate. At least my experience with CD Baby and Spotify. If your song's shorter than 60 seconds, I don't know. It's giving me a lot of grief. So I try to make sure my songs are at least 60 seconds. What is my time selection? Can I get it? Can I get a yeah, my selection's about 1:03. I don't know. I might have to add some nonsense to the front or back just to get over that minute. What else can I say? You see these the red here and the red here. What that is when you open an old project in Reaper and you don't have them plugins anymore, or maybe you do, but just Reaper can't find them, or it's a different system, which is all of the above. I mean, I'm on a different version of Reaper than I used to be. I'm on a different computer. What that is, this one was called, let me just zoom in to see it here. It was just called Limiter. So that doesn't exist here anymore. Limiter was here. Up stereo was here. I don't know why these are grayed out. I don't even know what that is. Reverb. Reaper's reverberation on the flute. Up stereo. I love that plugin, but it's not installed. I don't have this in place. So there's just a lot wrong here. I'm going to correct some of this right now. What's the hotkey on the Mac? Is it Control or Shift or Option? I'm looking for the hotkey to. Okay, it's Option click on the Mac to send this stuff away. There we go. What I'll probably do just right now on the master bus, I'm going to go ahead and put the precision compressor that I like. Actually, I don't know why I would do that now, because I'm going to actually end up this stuff's going to end up on my Tascam Model 24 when I end up getting it back from Long and McQuaid. So maybe there is no sense of setting my master bus. You know what? We're already here. I'll do it. So I'm going to set up the precision bus compressor, which I always do. So bus compressor. And here it is here. It's the Universal Audio Precision Bus Compressor. And I always start at Rock 1 as a preset. I say that, now I can't find it. Master Rock. There we go. It's a 4-to-1 ratio. I always start there and then tweak it accordingly. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and put my tape sim. And I always use Vance Powell settings. Woo! Listen to that. You know what? Now we got delay and latency. You hear that? Yeah, the latency is kicked in. Crap. I bet you can hear that in this recording. At any rate, I'll set it anyway. So I'm going to set the 50 nips, which it already is. I'm going to set CCIR. And what else does he set? I think he goes to 250, and that's about it. But you can hear the latency. It's really bad. So universal, I'm going to go ahead and conk that out. There, it's gone. So as soon as I put that on, you can hear all that bad latency. Let me just check my there's my control panel. I should have plenty of power, right? Universal Audio likes to brag about, latency-free recording and blah, blah, blah. It's all a lie. No one really has latency-free recording right now that I know of. Apparently the EVO stuff gets close. Evo stuff gets close. And PreSonus has made some headway, but when Universal Audio is like, record latency-free with our plugins, that's a lie. Watch this. I'll throw this tape sim back on. And when I do, you can hear the latency. But anyway, let's hear if it does it to the song. Let's check that out. Sorry. So I'm going to flick these off and on as we go so you can tell what's going on with them. Compressor off. Compressor on. Sounds better, right? Where the hell's the metering, though? There's no metering. That's frustrating because it is working, but the metering isn't happening. Anyway, all right, let's play it again. We'll do tape sim off and on. It's subtle, but it's there. So I love the tape sim stuff. Sorry, let me down this. There, now I can talk normal. I don't know if you guys are going to hear all that crazy latency or not. Anyway, I love the sound of tape sim. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to buy myself the Rupert 542 tape sim modules again because this stuff is great, but it's not real saturation. If you head over to Warheart Arts' channel, Numb Thumb there is a learned, studied audio engineer guy, and he can tell you about saturation and why this kind of thing can maybe trick you into thinking you're saturated with tape saturation, but you're not. I forget the analogy he uses, but basically it's like a cartoon or like an abstraction or someone's drawn a picture of saturation. It's not real saturation, and it never will be. Never will be. Can your, well, does it, how should I say this? Does it matter? Like, if it fools somebody, does it fool somebody? Yeah, I suppose, but it's not real saturation. Now, I can't afford a tape machine down here, reel-to-reel, half-inch, quarter-inch, 2-inch tape machine, but I can afford the Rupert Neve 542 tape sims, which I did own and I love, and I'm going to buy them again. And that will put real saturation on all my audio. But for now, I have this tape sim. I love it, but somebody like Numb Thumb over at Warheart Arts he's gonna say that's not real. It's not real saturation, and he does a great video as to why. So, but this latency thing really makes me angry, and that's another reason to get off the computer and off of these plugins and into a real Rupert Neve 542 tape saturation module. But anyway, well, now what are we gonna do? I'm just gonna hit save on it. Let's just play it again really quick. See where we're at here. Yeah, so it's not the best recording and it's not mixed real well. It's basically a song my daughter and I did together. And like I said, I'm going to recycle this and put it on the fourth album as just like a 1 minute, let's get the album started. I'm going to have maybe a real estate problem on the Tascam when I try to fit all these on the Tascam. The Tascam gives you 1 to 12 mono. So that's going to take me, if I got a pointing device here, to about here. Takes me to bells at 11 right here. And then my piano left and right is going to be a stereo track. This so-called strings left and right is going to be a stereo track. Emma piano left and right is going to be a stereo track. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 are wiped out. And then there is a 1920 on the Tascam. And then there's a 21, 22, which is what we call that useless channel or the Bluetooth channel. So I'm just going to have to be clever about, I'm not going to have a bounce track to mix with so much, which I like to leave one mono bounce open on the Tascam, or how else are you going to bounce, right? And I like to leave a stereo, 2 stereo track open for bounce, or for bounce, or for parallel compression or whatever. So I'm going to have a bit of a real estate problem on the Tascam. I'll have to end up bouncing some of these together. Maybe the ukulele and the harmonica. Obviously, there's a lot of little nonsense tracks on here that my daughter and I did. Let's just play the ukulele. The ukulele and the harmonica together, and maybe the flute. Just, to show you that there is things we can put together. There's that ukulele. It's so subtle. I think my daughter's like 3 or 4. Her mom's going to cry when she hears her voice because, she's never heard this before. Her mom's going to be like, she's going to get to hear it. My daughter at like 4. I feel like it's going to be a song. I feel the same way. Yeah, so I'll have to bounce. If I bounce 3 of these, that saves me 2 tracks, which is great on the Tascam. So, and then also the other thing is putting it on the Tascam does give me some of that warm analog love, that I'm trying to get here out of this. So I don't know. Can't wait to have my Tascam Model 24 back. It's broken. There's a whole thing about it. I've got other videos about it. I call it Tascam Gate. Long and McQuaid has it. Technically, I got screwed over for warranty, but then they were nice enough to grace me into $88 warranty, which is, it's them being nice, but at the same time, like, it's a long story. They should have just gave me warranty. Anyway, now my board is up somewhere being fixed. They're saying they can't get it to do the problem, which is complete crap. And I have videos of me demonstrating the problem. It's a long thing. But anyway, hey, this is Quest for Gear. We complain about gear. Sometimes we pull up old ghosts of old Reaper tracks and pull them up on the screen and see that we're gonna work on this. This is gonna be part of the 4th album. So I'm gonna shut this off. Thanks for watching, and talk to you next time.